I was going to do a quick video here on the old LF3 swap Tacoma. This is a 2016 TRD off-road Tacoma, 3rd gen. This is a LF3 engine out of a 2014 Cadillac CTS Vsport. This is a twin turbo V6, 3.5 liter. Currently I'm using the Hyacin TL80SN transmission that came out of the CTS Vsport. Shifts beautifully, super crisp. I'm running ZZP intake here. You got ZZP downpipes, which you can't see in there, tucked in there. CSF radiator. Keeps this thing cool. I hardly ever see over 190 degrees. Driving on the interstate, driving around town, just really no problems whatsoever. Using an old ZZP front mount heat exchanger. Can't see much anyway. It's massive in there. I'm running a Volvo S40 power steering pump. I mounted it down here on the front bumper support. It's electric. It just ran one -6 line up to the rack and then a return line, and it works flawlessly. It feels great. It feels just like stock rack. I can't complain at all. This little box back here, that's my intercooler, what would you call it, a water tank reservoir. Pumps water and stuff through the intercooler and back out through another ZZP high performance, whatever you call it, intercooler pump. Pumps it through the heat exchanger, through the intake, back out through the coolant thing, and then just makes a big loop. That's about it on the engine stuff. Let's go inside and I'll show you how it is driving this thing. Also, I'm running Icon Stage 4 suspension with some 17 by, I want to say 9 SES 38mm offset wheels with some 295 75 17 BFG all-terrains. Great on the road. And well, I haven't got the gauges all working right. All that really works on the stock Toyota gauges is the speedometer and the fuel gauge. I'm running a PCS electric shifter. Instead of trying to get all the linkages and stuff to work with the stock shifter, I just went electric. Makes things way easier and way nicer. Surprisingly, with an electric shifter, how much more extra room you have in your cab, you don't think about. Radio works. Pretty much everything else, everything that's not powertrain related in the truck works just fine. You know, headlights, radio, heat, air conditioning. Yeah, that's about it. You know what I mean? Like, your compass works. Obviously, crawl control and my rear locker doesn't work, but I'm gonna get ARB front and rear lockers and then my own transfer case. In the future, it's coming here soon. Let's just go for a little drive. This PCS thing shifter, all you have to do is just push the brakes and then you can just push the button and you're in gear. I put this edge monitor right here in the middle, so because there's all a bunch of warnings and stuff, because the ECM is not communicating with everything else because I don't have a Toyota engine in there. So I just set this in my line of view so I don't have annoying flashes. I just have to figure out how to get rid of this triangle flashing, and obviously check engine light because there's no engine in this thing. But driving on a compared to this Toyota engine, like there's no, I mean, it just goes. It doesn't struggle to go up hills. It doesn't shift a whole bunch of times up and down, gear searching. I mean, I'm going, what, 40 miles an hour, and I'm locked in 7th gear. And it hits 8th gear probably about 45 to 50 miles an hour. And then it just stays in 8th until you either slow down or really get on it. The shifts sound good, so good with this ISN transmission. I don't know if the video can do it any justice. I've been fine-tuning the exhaust. I just added 2 resonators yesterday, actually, to just tone it down a little bit and get rid of some of the rasp. It was a little too loud to be driving, but right now it's pretty doable. Just do a little pull here. Truck's still not fully tuned. I've only been working on tune for about 2 weeks now, so. But it goes when you want it to. I'm only running. I pretty much just have the base map off the LF3. So it's still limiting boost to, like, I don't know, 12 to 13 PSI. And on these CTS Vs, with just downpipes and an intake, it should hold like 20 PSI or so just fine. And people are getting like 500 wheel horsepower easily with these LF3 engines. So I'm gonna start working on the tune a little more and trying to get a little more power out of it, just to have it when I want it, I guess. I'm still running probably 87, 89 octane. Haven't gone ethanol or anything crazy because I mainly just drive this on the interstate to work and back. So it's not like a race truck by no means. But it's a lot more enjoyable to drive now than it was with the stock engine, and just felt like a turd on these bigger 34-inch tires. I took a couple of videos of some drive-bys that I'll post after this. Yeah, and the blow-off valve sound is pretty addicting if you just driving around town. Yep. I don't know what it